I'm here. Music's going off. What is up, my friends? Welcome back. It's Bets for Breakfast. Bets for Breakfast, my friends. It has been a month, and it has been too long. So long that I am 54 minutes late to the most impromptu live stream. Last night at like 10 p.m., I'm like, that's it. I'm going live tomorrow. We're going to catch up because I've missed my friends and family. Thank you for tuning in. And right after, I literally, the worst possible things have all happened. Number one, I did not schedule. I did not market. I did not prepare and tell people, hey, show up, the return Tuesday morning. I literally was like, hey, y'all, anybody who's awake at 10 p.m. on Monday night, I'll go live tomorrow morning at 9. And then this morning at 9 o'clock, I did not go live. And I did not go live for 50 minutes. I'm 50 minutes late to the impromptu stream. So I would assume today's viewers are going to be extreme. It ain't going to be our 1,500 or 2,000 live viewers for 2 hours NFL Sunday morning. Nah, I blew it. Yeah, just a brutal start. A brutal start to my return. But I will say, anybody that stuck around, anybody that came back 50 minutes later on this random impromptu stream, thank you. Honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've missed you. I've missed being here. I've missed doing these shows. And if you're new and you're like, hey, what is this all about? Well, this show is pretty fun. We get together, we talk about betting, strategies, overviews, news, and we make a ton of bets. And on this show going forward, when I go live, especially here for the offseason until we get back to the NFL, we're going to do a lot of betting research live on air. Basically, we're going to do it live. We're going to do it together. So the things I go through from my morning routine, I'll be doing with you. You guys kind of get the peek behind the covers a little bit. You little lucky dog. And we're going to talk about maybe the approach to the day-to-day ops. So what will I be looking at and using? Well, you're looking at it. So this is the new mysparryedge.com. Let's go ahead and take a look. And then we're going to dive into some really good value. We're going to look at some projections, trends, some positive EV plays. We're going to research players. This is my new site. I launched it on Saturday. It's been a long time coming. Massive upgrades, lots of really cool stuff, interactive trends and graphs. You've got the EV optimizers, mobile. This is ready to be deployed as an app. How cool is that? It's a mobile web app, though, so you can use basically an app without downloading it. But at some point, I might launch the app itself. Just waiting for the right opportunity. I'm just, waiting. I'm biding my time. So when you come to this page, pretty cool. We have this set up now so that you can go through and you can see like how many different books have different lines. So, you can see where the movement is. On mobile, it looks really slick. It's easy to see. Of course, I've already been showing those photos everywhere. If I were to look at Donovan Mitchell and I want to research him, now I'm zoomed in at 150%. So, let me zoom out just a little bit. It's very hard for me to see, but I zoomed in a lot so you guys can all see. And yes, mysparryedge.com, my friends, give it a look. So like Donovan Mitchell, and you can click around. You can see how quick things change. Check this out. This is like my pride and joy. I love that we added this. Watch this. Let's say you're like, well, Mitch, I'm going to run Donovan Mitchell and his alt line today at 20 plus points. You can actually do that from within and see how the hit rates change and adjust. So like I can see on the season, 19 and a half points. So 20 plus points, he's cashed in 79% of the games, so on and so forth. You can do that right there within the actual markets. Now, this is probably my favorite new addition within the games. Like if I just want to research like right there in the player cards, all I have to do is click their player faces. You just click their face. Just click their face and all the new stuff pops up. Pretty cool, right? I love this. And then down here, like, let's click a guy like Brunson. He probably has different lines. So you could see, okay, here are all the books, 34 and a half. All right, Bovada has it there, 35 and a half. Oh, by the way, I want to play this, on Novig. Okay, well, these are deep linked now. So I click the deep link button and I can't, there it is. Boom. It pops right open in your app. So if you are on Novig, as most of you are at this point, but if not, Code Donuts, DONUTS, you guys can hop in there and click it, and bang, it'll pop right open for you, both mobile and computer. And by the way, you can do that from the odds board. So like if I want to bet on Luka Doncic over 47.5 today on FanDuel, I click 106. It's going to make me log in. I don't want to open that up because I'll show private info, but it'll pop open the play right into those books. So whatever's listed, these guys and gals here, the only one I can't figure out yet here is Novig, but you can do it on, or Underdog is, you can do prize picks, the score, so on and so forth. Now, let's move on. I'll go through the rest, and then we're going to research together. And anybody who's asking, how can I join? I appreciate that, Jimmy. MySparryEdge.com right here in the URL, and the link is also down below. Check this out. Look at the trends tool. So this is really cool to me. We added this range, right? So like, yeah, I could look at everybody, sorting by the season, so on and so forth for the points. But what if I wanted to do only 80% or higher hit rates? Well, I could type in 80. Here we go. On the season, here are your 4 players with an 80% or higher hit rate on their points line. Pretty slick, huh? Pretty slick. And you can also, for those who like to play unders, you can sort by unders. On the season, Cam Jones has gone under 8.5 points in 18 of 20 games. Oh, freaking love. We have added so many things so that you can do. And on, of course, on mobile, it's even better. I love the mobile view because you can just scan really quick. And then check out the projections page. So you can sort out all the different letter grades now. You can sort by value. You can go by different markets. You can clear all filters and just view as is. Try to find the best lines as you want. One really cool thing we are adding in today, well, not today, but soon, we will be adding in the ability, and this is really cool to me, the ability to click a player card and then view the projections right there inside the player card. So freaking awesome. So like if I want to see Joel Embiid's projections, I click on his name, and then the goal is to have this view be everything you need for the day. Like you don't have to go anywhere else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh yeah. We a lot has gone into this new product. A lot has gone into the new product. So like Joel Embiid, that'll show, all his markets, bang, bang, bang. Look how quick it responds to. The site is so upgraded. And then down here, you'll see his entire projection set. Oh, and one thing I forgot, our projections are customizable now. So if you're like, well, I don't think Lauri Markkanen is on a 30-minute thing. I think he's capped at 25 minutes. Well, change his projection to 25. I mean, look, all his projections will change. How friggin' cool. How freaking cool is this? You can literally change projections now. Incredible. Incredible. Are you kidding me? You can change the projections. You all can make your own projection set for these players. You don't think Ty Jerome, he's healthy again. Last night he missed the game, but, he's playing, I think he'll play. He's been playing 24 minutes per game, not 20. Mitch, your projections are wrong. You switch it to 24. Okay. No, I run my own, and I have him at 24.3. Okay. The projections will change to whatever minute adjustment you have. You'll be able to do this for baseball. You'll be able to do this for NFL, and lots of cool stuff is going on. Positive EV, let's talk this. So currently I have Prize Picks and Underdog selected, and what we do is we strip the VIG out. We devig the lines first, because I think this is probably the best way to go about doing it, and then you are able to see where the best EV plays are based on these bookmakers. We've got 25 plus bookmakers, depending on what's showing up. For each app, you can either leave a check all and just see them all, or I can just leave this if I'm like, well, Mitch, all I use is Prize Picks and Underdog. And then if you click the Bet Now button, it opens the plays right up. So let me show you this in action. And, I'll refresh this page here because I've got all these different filters. And down here, how cool is this too? Oh my gosh, I got so much to show you. I'm just so excited. You can actually put ranges for the EV optimizer. You can sort by how good the EV percentage is, if you want to put it at 2% or higher, so on and so forth. And then you just it tells you how many plays there are. There's 117 plays were found. And from here, again, I mean, you can just, do your work, research it. All right, there's 5 books for this one. Here's a college play, Mark Mitchell, D'Anthony Melton, so on and so forth. And throughout the day, as more sports books are putting up lines for all these players, you'll have more data to use, and you'll be able to, just get in your volume. It's pretty freaking fun. Bet now, right now on Novig, bam, it'll pop it open. It shows you all the different liquidity here on Novig, so on and so forth. So very excited about what this has become. This has been a game changer. And now on the site, we're going to be adding more things as well. We're adding multiple new tools. The idea inside the projections to have them pop open into player cards. It's just, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. So I tried to fly through that as fast as I could because I had so much to talk about, so much to share. And if people are like, Mitch, where have you been the past month? Well, now you know. Now you know. There's been a lot of back-end planning. It's taken, multiple people to get this going. I've got the Developer of the Year award winner. Yeah, that's my own award I'm giving him. He's incredible. Just so happy. I'm so excited about what we've put together and built for you. So if you have questions during today's show, I think we should, just fire them off. Just fire off your questions. We'll research together and see if we can find some really good bets for the day. There we are. And, the EV optimizer, I should show you this before we dive into. Oh yeah, bro. It's been nuts, Mike. It's been nuts. So like this morning, I posted some Underdog 2-pick entries, right? Because Underdog now has that 3.5x payout. It literally is the best possible payout you can have in the pick'em space. And I'll be honest, you're playing original lines. You've got a better chance of putting together 2-pick entry. You get a better payout, 2-pick entry on Underdog than you would parlaying those on like DraftKings and things like that. So they have literally become the place to go if you're not doing one pick at a time, straight betting. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's insane. I love this. So anyways, I posted it this morning and I posted a description of how and why. And then I want to show you, like literally all day, you could use this tool, put volume in, do a bunch of 2-pick entries, and you'll see that these plays like Bam went from a 1x, a normal OG line, to a 0.87. Scoot went from a 1x over 50.5 to a 0.87. And now it's at 16.5 points. I'm telling you right now, all day long, all night, and especially late night, overnight, and early morning, you will find so much value, like an absurd amount of value will just constantly be there because the way that we are doing this, where we are devigging the lines, you will have literally the most precision bets you can make across the betting industry. And if you are using it for a pick 'em app like Underdog, you're going to be in such a great spot to profit. It's not even funny. I don't even know how to describe it. This is new. This is a new topic for me to even discuss. So I'm definitely working on my delivery of this, but it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. It really will be. You ever look at that like, think about it this way. Have you see it on like X, social media, live shows and stuff, and it's like they're going through the plays and they're like, take Josh Giddy lower than 4.5 rebounds or something, right? This is a theoretical line, hypothetical line. And you go to the site, you see that, and then, you go to Underdog, you plop it in there. 30 seconds later, Discord's been alerted, people are playing it, and the line moves. Have you ever wanted to be on the right side of all of those line moves? Like all day, all night, around the clock, every day, every week, every month, all year? Like, you can do that now. It's absurd. It's absurd. So, I've never had a product that does that appropriately, or at least as accurately and quickly as it does. This thing is updating. I believe we have like 15 seconds. Like if this sits on the page, you can see it, this little line refresh. I can't remember the timing we have it on. Like it is so fast. It is so fast, man. So I'm just so happy. Javad, there, you guys saw that, right? The page refresh. You can see totals are in here now. Profit X, Novig, like, you know, the EV optimizer is not just for Pick'em, despite my fact that I am, you know, showing a lot of Pick'em. I love this. I love this. It literally happened this morning. Couldn't get the same odds once Discord was alerted. Yeah, like all day long, you guys and gals out there. And it's not just going to be NBA. Like I'm telling you now, right now we have NBA and NCAA. But hey, guess what's tomorrow? Guess what is tomorrow? NHL. NHL. So my dev is going to get NHL up on the site, and we're all going to be able to do this for NFL tomorrow. Oh, there I am. I forgot my, I spent so long since I did my live show. I couldn't remember where to click my face. Let's put me over here. How about that? So we'll have NBA, NHL, and college basketball going. You'll be able to do EV plays all day for Pick'em and Sportsbooks. You'll be able to look at the trends. You'll have projections. Inside Discord, you'll have bonus things like the Magnus model and stuff. I'm just super excited, man. This is such a good time to be betting. And we've got MLB coming up, and MLB is it's actually a little cheaper than that right now. It's $39.99. Yeah, I mean, this is, somebody said it in Discord too. They're like, Donuts, this is a $200 product. Do you understand this? I'm like, I do, but I'm not comfortable putting that much money up on a landing page. But it is going to continue to spike. I'm telling you that right now. When the tool is totally done, we're looking, you know, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be around $100. So just a heads up. Okay. This is a different, I am no longer doing that $15 website. I learned a lot through that process. We went offline and we're back. It's been a month for good reason. This is a, I am definitely catering to people who are trying to advance their betting journey. You know what I mean? Like this is no longer something that you want to use if you are like, I'm brand new to betting and I'm just trying to get my feet under me. It's like, hey, that's what my other site did. It only served them. This site will serve them, but now we're also able to service the people who are intermediate bettors and now people who are advanced bettors. Every 15 seconds, you get all these EV plays. You can bet now right into your sports books, exchanges, pick'em apps. Like my, and this is random business talk, but like my consumer base is no longer beginner bettors only. It's beginners, intermediates, and advanced. I can serve all of you the same. So I'm super excited, man. I'm just so happy. My dev absolutely smashed this one out of the park. Are we still grandfathered for the 15? People who joined at $15 and stayed at 15 and never canceled, yes, you're grandfathered in. People at the $39.99 price tag, you're grandfathered in at this one for this exact product. And then same thing, like the next price hike when it goes up, they'll be grandfathered, so on and so forth, all the way until we get to 100. So, and maybe even higher than that if we continue to add really, really cool stuff. So I'm very, very happy to the 135 people that listened to me just gush about my new product. I'm very thankful that you were here to listen to me. So thanks for coming back. Let's do some work. You guys want to research together? I'd like to do that. I'm going to throw full screen up here. One of the first things I like to do daily when I am popping in here is just to look at like any types of trends that stand out to me. So like, here's one that I know. Desmond Bane right now has so much opportunity. He's been red hot. Tyler Herro is another one who's been red hot. Who's come back from injury and whose line is quite low still is what I'm trying to say. Goodness gracious. Grayson Allen, I know just from betting all the time. He's been back from injury 2 games and he's scoring. So like, I like to come to this trends page first and foremost daily for my research stuff. Okay. And I'm honestly not even ready to click on names to do research. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of browsing. I'm like, okay, well, James Harden assists. This is another one. James Harden assists. Since he's joined the Cavs, his potentials are high. His assist success is high. PRA for Grayson's another one. And I kind of just loosely browse these. I take my time, I loosely browse these, and I go from there. And I'm just kind of taking notes in my mind of like, who's been really smashing their lines. Well, Buzelis has been getting decent run since the Bulls have gone super small with their lineup and made all their trades. RJ Barrett, rebounds and assists, continues to cash. He's plus odds today, plus 115 for rebounds alone, so on and so forth. And I spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'm just browsing. Okay. And then when I'm ready to do a little research, I just dive into a player card. So let's go look at Bane. All right. So Desmond Bane, we've got no Franz Wagner. Franz is out. Franz is done for the season. I believe he's out for the season, if I'm not wrong. Suggs continues to be in and out of lineup, but he's not had a major impact on Desmond Bane. We've got the matchup against the Lakers. Not a bad one, of course. Lakers defense, they can actually be elite at times, believe it or not. But most of the time, like 80% of the time, they're an absolute sieve on defense. And what I like to filter out right here is, it's the three things that I like when I'm looking at players. It's what are their minutes, their field goal attempts, and their three-point attempts, especially for the points. Now, in the future, we'll add in other things. Again, why I price this at $39.99 now with the EV tools and all that is because we're going to add more. Like in the future, I plan on having potential assists, potential rebounds, so on and so forth. So as we add more things, there'll be more things to look at and do. So the price will go up because I have to pay for more things to be able to make more things happen. Make sense? All right. So I'm looking at Desmond Bane and I'm like, okay, we got a matchup against the Lakers. He's been scoring like an absolute boss. The next thing I would do is just check Underdog and check their injury news. Suggs, I believe, is questionable for tonight, regardless of whether he plays or not. It doesn't really impact the fact that I like Desmond Bane to score. And I'm telling you this right now because I've already looked at this morning before I went live. When you come here, again, you can actually go through and look at the different lines. You can see that he is available at 19.5 on certain books, and you're going to have to pay a premium for it. You're getting taxed on it for the most part outside of a widely available book like Bet Rivers. But most of these plays here are juiced, minus 132 on FanDuel. And by the way, remember, like if you have this at and you want to compare 20.5 versus 19.5, you can click right here and you can see his hit rates don't change terribly. Like a 47% hit rate for the season versus a 51% hit rate at that 19.5 versus 20.5, so on and so forth. So the matchup against the Lakers is totally fine. I like this play. Within this game, you actually have a lot of plays here that are very interesting. Oh, this is Javad. If you're still here, check your text real quick. One thing I wanted to mention to you. I'm texting you. All right. I'll come back to that. I have a thought stream. I want to go to Cleveland before I forget about this with as a James Harden. I believe one thing we forgot to do is the stats. I think we have updating in the afternoon, so it's missing a game. So anyways, let me text him. That's why I was texting him. I just texted my dev. That's an oversight on my part. Oh well, sorry. But anyways, James Harden, since he's joined the Cavs, my man is dishing. And when you go look at his potential assists, they're good. They're not like you're not looking at like 20 per game. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's just been so successful too. And he's got the right people surrounding him I mean, people like Sam Merrill, catch and shoot, spotting up, knocking down threes. Like things have just gone really well for this team. Mobley is back and healthy. Minutes should probably be around 30 today. Donovan Mitchell is scoring buckets. Now, last game, I believe, was it against OKC? I can't remember. I think Mitchell was down at like 20 points or something. But James Harden, man, James Harden is dishing. I like the line at 7.5. It's fantastic. He had 9 assists. Again, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to update the stats. I need to automate the stats updating. So I've missed his game on the 22nd against the Thunder. My bad. But I just texted my dev to turn the automatic the API feed on. So it's total oversight. I mean, we're in a soft launch, by the way. You can see it up here, soft launch on the way, because there's little things like that you just kind of forget, There's a million things to do. But he had 9 assists. Anyways, he had 9 assists against the Thunder. Okay. You can get this line at 7.5, widely available. It's there at ProfitX. It's there on Novig, -135. Again, these are deep linked, so they'll open right up into the apps, the play itself. Like, this is a really good play to me. I got nothing wrong with this play against the Knicks whatsoever. So, again, oh, by the way, the parlay. Yesterday, my 10 parlay pieces, full sweep. I think it was like plus 480. So if you're making parlays, man, maybe start with my parlay cheat sheet every day that's posted in Discord. Okay. Definitely makes for an easier approach to parlay building. Oh yeah, dude. The NCAA plays are popping up left and right. Pretty sick. The NCAA plays are popping up left and right for sure. Today's model. Oh, can I talk about that before we move on? Everyone hang tight. You're going to love this. So I'm going to tell you right now, the projections page. So currently the model is updated daily at 3 p.m. by Freak inside Discord. He alerts. He's like, hey, y'all, model's updated. This morning, I asked him to put up yesterday's game so I can show you everything on the live show. So that's what I was showing you this morning. We're hoping to do it by Thursday. What's today? Tuesday. So hopefully within the next 48 hours, the projections will start at 7 a.m. daily and run till 7 p.m. daily. So a 12-hour period, fully automated, updated hourly. Boom. So happy. The projections model will be automated hourly all day, right up till tip off. I'm so happy for members. That is going to be absolutely sick. And remember, so while the projections are updating daily, here's something that I think will help. Okay. 7 a.m. you hop in before you go to work and you see Laurie at 30.1 and you're like, well, I know he's still on a minutes cap. Coach said no more than 25. That news came out at 7:02. Okay. All right. So you're like, all right, 25, bang. The model adjusts based on our value factors and bang, there you go. You've got a new projection set for Laurie and you can move on to somebody else. Laurie will stay there at 25. Everything changes. How cool is that? So around the clock, projections model will be live, hourly updating. I am so excited about this product. It's not even funny. So anybody who's here right now, hey, there you go. You have probably one of my top 3 or 4 plays on the day. And probably by the time I'm done doing my live show, the 7.5 assists, probably going to, even continue to move here. So you went 13-4 since, yes, I saw in Discord, I had people tagging me 13-4, 10-2, 8-3. People are making some serious money using the site. It just makes me so happy, man. That's what this is for. My dev texted me, said, the stats should be updated. Yay. I love this guy, bro. Let me listen, y'all. Let me thank him before I move forward. You know what the youngins say? W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Oh my gosh. Look at this. You want to see something pretty? Last 15 games. You like green? Oh my goodness. You like green? I like green. Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? W's in the chat, baby. Oh man, I'm so excited today. I'm feeling so good. Got the good vibes flowing. Use the model, only lost one because the game, I'm probably a blowout, right? Sheesh. Every other game. But again, the trends page is exactly how I start. And then from here, I'm bouncing around. Okay. Now, I will say one thing one thing that I want to mention about the stats and the trends and the graphs. They're great. They're cool. They're helpful. They're a radar. They're a compass. But I personally don't view these as an answer sheet. What it really boils down for to me is usually going to be, what are the odds? At this point in the season, early in the season, I think it's super important you lean on like metrics, advanced metrics, matchup data, things like that. Y'all, we're 60 games in a season. There's only a fourth of the season left. If you've been betting on the NBA, if you research it daily, there's just a common like ball knowledge at some point that you're like, within the construct of this team, this is this person's role. Here are the numbers I usually like them at. Jokic, 9.5 assists, I'm usually interested in. That what it boils down to for me, what are the odds for over 9.5 assists for Jokic? Harden, 7.5 assists. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in betting on Harden at 7.5 every single time, regardless of matchup. Again, Thunder, 7.5, ain't no thing. Had 9 assists against the defense of the Thunder. The matchup against the Knicks, difficult for sure. I'm fine with it. They've been off a day rest. They're at home. 7.5 assists. Now, again, comes down to the number. So Profit X, minus 120. Novig, minus 132. FanDuel, minus 132. DraftKings, minus 133. Bet Rivers, minus 127. Bovada, minus 130. So on and so forth. Bally, minus 127. Fine. But I will say, probably ladderable. When this line does move to 8.5, I still don't mind it. And these are just the things you kind of learn and you know about the players after you've been betting on them for 60 games. When we start the MLB season, I think it'll be quite important to pay attention to things like pitch counts. How loose is the arm or the pitch count for the opposing pitcher? That's going to be like priority number one when we start researching and betting on the MLB to start the season. There's not going to be much else that I will hang my hat on other than the pitching metrics that we know from the previous year. So the best thing that we'll have for you is we're going to have the previous stats, the previous year for you here, so that we can make our bets and you'll have data to use from previous years. Baseball betting is honestly the best. It's the most profitable. It's the best way to go about doing business. I'm not joking. It's just, it's NBA, there used to be the phrase, ball don't lie. Well, the ball lies now because the game is just filled with blowouts and awful things. It's just the ball does lie. Baseball, metrics, data, like it drives everything. It drives everything. It's wild. Oh, yeah, baby. We're here for the live show talking NBA today. No doubt about it. I will be getting to my off-season NFL stuff. No, there's no doubt about that. But, today is a special day. It's almost like it's a little mini announcement. Let's be real. I mean, I'm definitely being like, hey, new product. Very proud of it. Going to be $100 soon. Currently priced at $39. Yeah, I want people to check it out. I put a lot of time and energy into this. Some money has gone into it. So yeah, we're betting on the NBA today. James Harden over 7.5 assists. I'm telling you right now, probably one of my favorite plays on the slate to start the day. So let's just leave that there. From here, again, you could bounce around within the player cards if you want to look at other players. you can do that. For me, I'm just going to go to another game. And one of the situations I want to monitor today is Joel Embiid. So I'm going to have the notifications on for Underdog today because Underdog is going to give me the most the quickest, the most punctual delivery of beat writers and beat reporters talking in the locker rooms and getting all the lowdown and saying, all right, Joel Embiid probably not playing tonight. That's how I'm going to adjust before the lines do. So there's guys that I'll pay attention to like VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey so that I'm prepared. So if I feel like at some point that Embiid might not play tonight, I need to adjust ahead of time. And that's just kind of one of those things you learn ahead of time. By betting on the sport for 60 days, so on and so forth. But let's go to some other games I'm interested in betting on today. Here's going to be one of them. I talked about it in the beginning. And again, I found this RJ Barrett play when I was looking at the trends page. RJ Barrett at plus odds for rebounds has been really solid. And you see, coming out of the break, 19 played on the 18th, played on the 22nd. He's had six. I believe this was a blowout against the Bucks. Well, of course, what wasn't and what isn't anymore. But at 5.5, he's been fantastic. Now, his RA was something we were hammering for quite some time too. Now, we don't get it at plus odds anymore, unfortunately, but still at minus 114 on DraftKings. Again, you could play it on these sites, Underdog, Price Picks, Profit X. And again, if you click it, it's going to open it up into those apps. Now, I don't want to be showing, my private login information, but it will open them up here. That was already logged in, wasn't it? No, it's not. But there you go. It opens right up into the app. I guess I could have done that. So there you go. I mean, you can do the deep linking. RJ Barrett, I'm interested in today at 5.5. Now, there's a chance that if you wait around, there's a lot of juice coming in on the under. And there is a chance that this line moves to 4.5 at some point today. If this line moves to 4.5 today, the over 4.5 for RJ Barrett, it's probably going to be like a minus 125, minus 130, somewhere around there. It's going to be juiced to the over, similarly to how the 5.5 is currently leaning to the under. It's going to be basically these odds, but reversed for the over 4.5. I'm interested in the over 4.5. I'm interested in the over 5.5 as well, but only at plus odds. As soon as that line moves like a flip, minus 110, I'm no longer interested. A pick six on DraftKings, minus 122, no shot. There's no shot I'm interested in that. Buzelis, where is he? Giddy, by the way, Giddy, let's look at Giddy's points. Are we getting Coby White tonight against the Bulls after just getting traded? Huh. I'd be intrigued. He has not played yet, but that would be interesting. Anyways, I got sidetracked. LaMelo Ball. Oh my! Who saw the shooting performance last game? I think he banged home 7 threes in the third quarter. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Giddy, by the way. So you want to hear something? So my man went out there, played 23 minutes, had 6 points. Listen to me. Last night's, February 23rd, we'll get there, Heaven Castillo. You don't need to spam. There's 150 people watching. People are asking questions. I'm on a thought stream. Let me get through it. Josh Giddy. So last night's parlay pieces cheat sheet, 10 players, 8 players, all 8 cashed. 8 for 8 was like plus 480 parlay if you ran it. On the 22nd, it was a 10-leg parlay. 9 of the 10 legs cashed. It was going to be a plus like 780. The last leg we needed was Josh Giddy, and he finished with 6. We needed 10 points from Josh Giddy to cash the plus 780. Would have had 2 sweeps in a row. February, we're 23 days in. We didn't have basketball from the 13th through 19th. So we had 12, and then we've had 4. So 16 slates. We've had 7 of my parlay pieces cheat sheets. 7 of the 16. No, 8, because last night's 8 of the 16. 50% of those cheat sheets full sweeps, plus 400 or longer, all the way up to a plus 1,700. We got one of those earlier this month too. So yeah, I'll be posting that for my VIPs soon as well. With the parlay pieces link as usual. But anyways, I digress. Buzelis has been really solid with the minutes increase. And you could see his minutes have been great lately. You know, it's more consistent, right? You're getting 26 plus for 8 straight games. You know, take out a blowout here. This was against Miami. And then he's played, 33 against Miami the night prior. Indy, 8 rebounds against Indy, had 32 minutes in that one, so on and so forth. So he's getting good minutes, and he should. He should. It's the youth movement. And this is another spot here. You've got a team in Charlotte who, with LaMelo, with McHale, with Brandon Miller, they're just going to launch threes. Coby White, if he gets some playing time, going to shoot threes. You're going to get some long rebound opportunities. Buzelis should be in a good spot for this. And at 5.5 plus odds is a very interesting line for me. I'm telling you right now. Again, those longer odds, those plus odds, that's like where I kind of want to live in the mornings. You want to try to grab that value because throughout the day, this is the stuff that moves. Desmond Bane, 19.5 points, is going to move to 20.5. Buzelis, 5.5, plus 130 on Novig is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Look, it opens right up. Bang, there it is, plus 130. Wow, you can actually get that plus 140. Oh, no, that's a make feature. My bad. Plus 130, pretty nice. Pretty nice that you can do this. You can deep link it. Before my guy melts down here, let's look at Derrick White assists today. The one thing I have not looked at for Derrick White is his potential. So what I like to look at, I use NBA.com for that. It's on PrizePicks at 6. 6.5 here plus odds. The matchup against Phoenix is totally fine. I'm actually more interested on the Phoenix side of things because we've seen some just absolutely abysmal shooting from Jaylen Green. Boston giving up the second least points per game this season. They got a great defense. Jaylen Green gets a decent amount of run with the second unit. And by the way, Boston's second unit defense, one of the top 3 in the NBA. They're actually better when Jaylen Brown is off the court. Their defense goes from their defense efficiency increases by like a value of 9. It's crazy. So I think Jaylen Green is going to struggle. The under 20, and again, this is just, you got some ball knowledge when you get later in the season here. So at 20.5, I like Jaylen Green to the under today. Under 20.5 points is a very interesting line for a guy who he can't shoot. He just can't shoot right now. He's been miserable. We bet on him the other day at 16.5 points, 17.5 points. He played 37 minutes in a double overtime game, took 26 field goal attempts, missed 4 free throws. He went 2 for 6 at the free throw line, at the charity stripe. He needed to make 2 free throws or 1 more shot out of his 26 to cash us, and he couldn't cash us. At 17.5 points. Just miserable. Miserable. He can't shoot. So he looks terrible right now in his son's uni. So I like the under 20.5 for Jaylen Green today. I think this is a really nice play. Again, you're getting decent odds. Minus 114 on Novig. Widely available around similar odds. So on and so forth. On the other side, Grayson Allen. So minutes, if you were concerned, you shouldn't be. I believe Devin Booker still remains out. This is an interesting play, because he's shooting the ball well. And look at his field goal attempts. Here, I'll go to last 5. Returned from injury. And if you were worried about minutes at all, in that double overtime game, got forced into minutes there. He played some minutes here. Just going to double check. I need to make sure. Okay, and then the second game against the Blazers, it was the back-to-back. That's right, because I thought they played in the 22nd. They did, and they sat him out in the back-to-back. But, he's totally fine. Clearly, he's fine. That's an interesting line. So, as much as I like Jaylen Green to the under at 20.5, I like Grayson Allen to the over at 17.5. And I actually think you could probably even just run out his PRA or his PR today. when you're getting Grayson Allen at 30 plus, check this out. Go to the minutes filter, by the way, 30 plus minutes this season. And you can see he's hit the over in 64% of his games at 30 plus minutes. Now, another layer that we can add to this, well, we know without Devin Booker, he's shooting the ball a ton. How's he done at 30 plus minutes and 15 plus field goal attempts? Well, it gets even better. And if we're looking at the points market, still fine. Over in 73% of games, 8 of 11 games. So these filters over here, I forgot to even talk about them. Y'all can use these filters at any moment that you'd like. Easy money. Sorry, I need a drink coffee. If you had the under, all you did was click sort. That arrow down for points is sorting them top to bottom. Yeah, we already did briefly. It's okay. I like Harden over 7.5 way more. I like Bane and his points tonight way more. Tyler Herro is another guy I want to quickly look at. I got to take him off the 30-minute filter. Take him off the 15 field goal attempt filter. Okay, so came back from injury, 2 games in a row. Listen, I'm glad I didn't bet on it. I had a Javad, I just saw your text. I love you, bro. that was such a cool thing. Thank you, man. I had assumed, played 23 minutes against Atlanta, scored 24 points. I thought his minutes would go up to like 26 to 28 in the next game. They didn't. They capped him at 23. Now, the one thing I can't remember if that game was a blowout and that's why he didn't play the 4th or something, or a limited minutes. Let me see. I think the worst part about that, if I recall, is I believe he had 14 points at halftime. I'm not even kidding. I think he had 14 points at halftime. Okay, so did he not play the 4th? I'm looking at 4th quarter rotation stuff on ESPN. He didn't play. He didn't even step. So maybe because they were up, what was the score at that point? Okay. They were up by 18. That's the first quarter. Let's look at the 4th quarter. Here's ESPN, just so you know what I'm looking at. Okay, so Herro did start the 4th. When did he come off the court? 8-minute mark, I think I saw. Yeah. Okay, but they were up 14 points. Did they run away with it? Is that why? Oh, they started to run away with it. So he never needed to come back in. I wonder if this game wasn't 17 points with 5 minutes remaining. Oh, they went up 20 at 4:56. Yeah. Okay, so if this were a close game, I bet you Tyler Herro comes back in for the final 3 or 4 minutes of that game. But it was a 20-point blowout. There was no need to risk him. But anyways, I think that's kind of indicative of the fact that we have that his line went from 14.5, 15.5, something like that, up to 17.5. I think that is indicative of the fact that we have probably a decent chance at him playing more minutes tonight. I think we have a decent chance at him playing more minutes. So this line at 17.5 is interesting. But to be honest, Tyler Herro always been a pretty good rebounding guard, too. I think the points rebounds combo might be the play. Honestly, it might be the play. And how about this? Let's see. On the season, I've capped him at 30 minutes. Let's say, he plays under 30 minutes today. Maybe they let him go, 28. 27, something like that. I think this is a really interesting line. How about his combo market? Rebounds this is. No, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's always got upside. And the reason why, the only time, by the way, I will say that I play combo markets is when you have somebody who's got a ceiling that's very high for both categories. So like points, I'm not looking for somebody who's like 17, 18, 19, 16. No. I want to see 29, 24, 24, 23, 24, like way above the line. And then for rebounds, same thing. I don't want to see somebody who's like 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. No. I want to see 7, 7, 9, 7. I want to know that if I play the combo market, I'm getting upside where he might not shoot well, but he could go out there for 9 boards. Or he might not rebound a lot, like 2, 2, 2, but he can go out there and score 23, 22, and score way above the line and to make up for those values. So I think for me, the play would be Tyler Herro's combo market at 21.5 today. So we have found 5 or 6 plays so far. Just loosely going through and researching through the player card page using the trends. And by the way, again, projections are going to be automated in 2 days. So yeah, you got some huge upgrades. Let's take a look here. I'm going to remove totals and money lines. I don't want them involved. Let's uncheck all. We'll put Underdog. We'll put Prize Picks. DraftKings Pick 6. We'll do better. I'm going to remove my odds filters. What else do I want to do? Do we leave NCAA? Do you guys care about NCAA? What do we think? Oh, I forgot I had the other odds board open. Oops. There we go. All right. So better, DraftKings Pick 6, Price Picks, Underdog. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys something. Two things. This is twofold comments. You ready? When you leave it open like this, like if you just leave it on your desktop, okay? Hang tight. EV plays are being calculated. Mania just for. We should probably show, if nothing's here, there might not be plays too. Like right now, I don't have the fantasy optimizer, which we're building, by the way. The fantasy optimizer. I don't have that built right now fully, but we are. And it will be live at some point on the site. I think you will enjoy it. It's going to be a nice addition to the site. However, for now, you can actually use the Positive EV Finder for Pick'em. Now, there's some math involved. Now, this is one of those things. Remember, I told you my site now can, serve both beginners, but now the intermediate and advanced bettors, right? So one of the things we do Power EV. So essentially, we're stripping out the VIG from these lines, and I think that's the best way to use to make Pick'em plays. However, I will say this: a lot of people want more volume. Oh, it just popped up. A lot of people want more volume for the Pick'em apps. So what we're going to do on the Pick'em Optimizer, my current plan, NCAA, baseball, college football, college basketball, hockey, basketball, NFL. Like, yeah, we're going to have all those sports included, and you'll be able to do this stuff for tons of sports. Okay. But what I was trying to say before I forget, okay, I don't want to lose my train of thought. If you leave this open and you're like, I just want to bet on Pick'em apps, you can just leave it like this. Better DK Pick 6, Price Picks, Underdog. And you can see the line, that little green line that loads at the top. That just means it's just refreshing over and over again for you. So you can just constantly make good plays, good math-based plays. But for people who are like, well, Mitch, I want more plays for Price Picks and Underdog. Well, our fantasy optimizer, Aries, don't you worry. I'm just trying to show people the tool a lot today because it's new. I just launched it. So soft launch is up. I want to showcase it a little bit. The fantasy optimizer will be more of a scanning and line comparison tool than a devigging tool. Does that make sense? Like, to me, This is the appropriate way to bet. Excuse me. It's to devig the lines, find the best value on the sites. That's the best way. Can we do line comparison? Can we do like aggregate for sharp books like Pinnacle and FanDuel? And then compare to Underdog? Yeah, like we can. And that's probably what we will add for the tool. For the fantasy optimizer. Let me get off that. I got too many tabs open. For the fantasy optimizer, absolutely. But for now, I don't want to do it like that. I want this. This is going to show you the best math-based plays. Scotty Barnes, minus 122 on pick 6. We've devigged the lines. You could see those other plays. I wondered because I just went to Underdog and I looked up Khan and his multiplier went to a 0.89. So he disappeared for a second. Or he's been bumped already, I should say. Scotty Barnes here, minus 122 on pick 6. Devig the lines. It's fair odds of minus 124. You can see we got 5 example books here. Best other odds on books would be minus 127. So if you're doing like a line comparison, you're free to, but we're devigging it for you. If you play Scotty Barnes over there on pick 6, the play is over 30.5 on PRA. If you wanted to like research it for some reason, I don't think you should or need to. The devigging of the lines is the most important thing. This stuff is irrelevant. I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people don't want to hear that. This stuff is irrelevant when you are looking at the line value. Okay? It just is. It's irrelevant information. Now, if you're originating your picks like I did through the first 40 minutes of the show, this stuff matters. But if you are doing like, if we're straight up betting based on math, then here, I'll show you with another apps, more apps. Let's do, should I just leave them all in there? How about that? Just leave them all. Actually, let me show you something for Novig. How about this? Let's do Novig only. Javai, you goat. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to check something. Oh, yes. I did showcase this. Being able to, the only thing we're missing, I don't know if you're still watching, would be to sort by differential. I would love people to be able to see how to sort by differential. Okay? That's the only other part we're missing so that people, if they wanted to look at like the RA category. By the way, let me show you something. So like, let's say you're like, yo, Mitch, I love all of the rebounds and assist plays to the under B- to A+ grade range. Okay? We've sorted it, and here, it stands out like this right here. It missed last night, by the way. But Jalen Duren, under 12.5 rebounds and assists. We had him projected for 11.4. He was a B+, minus 1.1 differential. Okay? But he was the only under that we had from an A to a B+ for the RA category. So we're going to figure out a better way to show. I want people to be able to sort by like everything. I want them to look at the differentials. I want them to sort by grade range. I want them to be able to sort by the differentials, not just filter them. So we're going to continue to fine tune this and make it as good as it can. We're also going to add them into their player cards. So you see the projections right inside their player cards. Anyways, let me get back to what I was doing. People who are using the EV optimizer for, you're welcome, John. Thank you so much for watching the show. I'm happy to help. I want people to make profit around the clock. And this tool allows you to do that. You make money around the clock now without me having to post stuff or research for you. You can do this on your own. You can just take it by math. So check this out. Before I get lost in my thoughts, because I'm truly bopping around today because there's so much to talk about and show you, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I can't get over it, man. Anyways, what we've done here is we're devigging the lines and we're showing you the best value. That means you have an 11.6% expected value off this 6.5 rebounds line. It's rebounds and assist line. But hold on. Here's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to think through my thoughts because I've never explained this before. This, I'm assuming, because we only have 4 lines for it, It's either just early in the morning or no, it's early in the morning. Holy moly. That is an incredible line. Oh my gosh. And by the way, the flip side of it for Prize Picks is actually quite good too. Plus 140 to the over on Novig, but also on Underdog? Or excuse me, on Prize Picks, a minus 118. Not bad. Not bad. Anyways, oh my gosh. I thought this would be an alt line. Let me find an example. Okay, here's a great one. So at 18 and a half, or excuse me, at 19 and a half on Novig, plus 138. This is an alternate line. But I don't want people to be afraid of these, okay? A lot of sports books, a lot of these optimizers out there, they're great. But I think one interesting thing we're doing differently is we're allowing you to bet on alternate lines and to see the value, because alt line betting can actually be incredible, but not when you're going to the lower watered down lines. How often in NBA do these guys finish around their line itself? Frequently. You know, that 19 and a half, they'll finish at 19 or 20. It happens all the time in sports. So when you're taking these bumped lines, don't you want to make sure and know that you are getting the best possible expected value out of the line itself? I do. I don't want to be taking a bumped line or an alternate line if it's not going to be an EV play. Just because I like it? No. And you know when this will work a lot too? When you're running out ladders. You know, when we get to NFL betting, which, you know, we all talked about ladder bets, doing ladder bets for sports is incredible. And you know what's going to be great? Using this for strikeout props. These pitchers frequently line at 4.5. They strike out 7 guys. You're going to want to know when the EV lines are there for their ladders, the strikeout ladders themselves. So I'm super excited about showing the alternate lines here. Now, if you're like, Mitch, I really don't want to bet on alternate lines. Well, here's what you can do. You can come down to this section and be like, well, I also don't want fair odds worse than a minus 140. And I want the fair odds to be stripped down to a plus 110 only. And you could see the amount of plays changes. You can see that, you know, now we've only got 78. You're like, well, I want fair odds at minus 1 or plus 105. All right. So again, what I'm doing is I'm shrinking the range. So fair odds plus 104. Novig's giving me a plus 131 on LaMelo Ball over 25.5 points and rebounds. Now, again, because we have the Novig, we have the EV optimizer allowing these alternate lines. You could see, well, some of the books are still at 24.5, but they're juicy. And some of the books have moved it to 25.5. If you play that 25.5 line, you are getting extremely good value on Novig at plus 131. And you can see the liquidity that's here. It opens the bet right into Novig for you. Remember, these lines are deep linked. So if people are playing this 25.5, well, half the books are on 25.5, half are on 24.5, make sure you're getting the best value out of it. Don't just be like, I guess I'll take this bump line. Make sure you're taking the bump line with insane value. Does this make sense? I'll have to refine how I'm describing this. I'm realizing I'm stumbling through this a little bit. Let's say we're going to strip the fair odds down to a minus 105. You do something like that. All right. I promise you now, the alt lines are gone. They're gone. Now you're only going to see when, close that. Now you're only going to see when the, now there's only 17 plus EV plays. Now you're only going to see the original lines. And you could tell by this. Do you see how many books you have to compare to? Remember the previous ones? Let's go. Thank God. I've never explained it before, and I want to make sure that it's like this is the advanced stuff. Remember, we can serve both the beginners and the advanced bettors now. So I've never had to describe or explain things to advanced bettors or advanced betting techniques. But I'll learn and I'll get better at describing. So see how we have like 15 data points now? The more the merrier when you're betting on original lines. The more the merrier. So like I will gladly back something like this since we have 14 books that we're using for devigging the lines. Let me find a comparison where there's only a few lines. It might not be many because these are all the original lines. Here's one. I'm more confident in a play like this with 14 lines and a 3.9% EV versus a 2.1% EV and only 8 lines. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to lower your unit allocation for these plus odd plays? I believe that's probably the best way to go about doing business. But I will say, I've been looking at a Kelly criterion, and there's 2 trains of thought. Using Kelly criterion, I think you're going to get your account limited. So I'd be more interested in flat staking my bets rather than Kelly criterion. But as far as like lowering your unit size, I will also say this before I forget. When you're doing positive EV betting, it's a volume game. It's not a, use the EV tool, get one play, at 11 a.m. and then go. Come back maybe 5 o'clock, get a second play, be done for the day. No. It's not really the best way to go about doing it. Could you? And could you be possible? Anything's possible in betting. But it's a volume game. So like, let's say you're doing $100 per bet. This nice round number. And you usually put down 3 bets per day. Best 3. 3 best bets, $100 each. That's 1 unit for you. If you're like, let me try positive EV betting, I'm going to use Novig, I'm going to use FanDuel, DraftKings, or maybe you don't have Novig, maybe you're using FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, Bet Rivers, ESPN, and you've got I got the wrong, boom, there you go. You got all these. And like, this is what you're going to do today. And you're only betting on, you remove the filters. Let's just let everything flow in. And your goal would rather be, instead of like $300 across your 3 units, maybe you're doing 100 EV bets, $3 each. It's a volume game. In long term, the theoretical approach to this is that these are your returns. If you bet on a 8.8% EV play 100 times, you are likely to walk away, or you'll have the good chance here. I guess that's your implied probability that you're walking away with an 8.8% ROI. Now, again, this is my first time explaining this. If I've done it incorrectly, feel free to correct me, because this is a learning process for me for explanations. But you can see it. There's a lot of volume, like BetMGM, Bet Rivers, DraftKings, Caesars, FanDuel, The Score, which is formerly ESPN. There's 124 active plays right now. Bump the likes up. Thank you, Mad Dog. I appreciate that, man. Whew. I've had so much to cover, and it's all new stuff for me. And, I'm sure it's come across kind of clunky and stuff. And, my sincere apologies. I'm trying my best. I hope you're getting something from this show. I do. I hope you're getting, we did some origination. We did some trends research. We talked about the projections being automated here in hopefully the next couple days. We talked a little bit about, the Pick'em apps and how to use this for Pick'em. I will say, if you are a Pick'em user, there are other options out there, but I will say right now, If you've been under a rock, the only place to play pick'em right now is Underdog. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even like shilling Underdog for any reason. They're at a 3.5x payout for 2 picks. The rest of the pick'em industry is at 3x or lower. It makes 0 sense to play any other pick'em site right now. Like the other pick'em sites, you've been put on notice. Yo, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm trying to, right? It's like I want to explain. I want you to learn. Thanks, bro. Clunky means real. What you actually think, not rehearsed sales pitch. Yeah, I'm not pitching anything. I want people to understand what's happening here, because I think the other tool I made, the other site I had was, can you make a 3.5x by sending the link to a friend? I can't, because I can't enter on Underdog. Yeah, let's make one though. Let's make one. We got to wait for some Underdog Devig value to pop up though. We all learn together. Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. Yeah, the previous product, it was great. It was a great product. It was catered to a certain person. Like, you wanted to do some light research. You wanted to scan some lines, compare some lines, some value. You wanted some type of visual display of, how good a certain play has been. Like, yes, it was good for all of those things. This is, you want to make serious money. You're trying to get better at betting. You want to do advanced research. You want to, you really want to take control over your experience, right? Like this, right? Tool of the future. Yeah, beautiful pitch, actually. Like, I didn't have the ability to do stuff like this. Like, let's see. Let's sort by last 20 games, and I don't want anything lower than an 80% hit rate to show up. Like LeBron James. Last 20 games, over 18.5 points is cashed in 16 of 20. Wow, why is his line so low right here? He's coming off an injury or something? Is this because Reeves and Doncic are full minutes and stuff? Reeves back up to 32. Doncic bounce back game, so LeBron doesn't score much. Why is his line so low? I mean, Lando's a good defense, but I'm not like afraid of them. The Reeves has been back. He played 32 and 33 minutes the last 2 games. But anyways, so like, you want to sort, right? Just to get the best of the best. You can do that. Does the calculation for you. And bang, there you go. These players have done X, Y, and Z last 20 games. Here's your 80% hit rate. So like, you could change this. You could change the tools. We changed it. Like, all right, Mitch, I don't bet on overs. I like unders. Okay. Who has sucked in the last 20 games? Here's one. And, listen, here's the problem. Gillespie. Okay, so here's how you'd read it. We have currently sorted under 80% hit rate last 20 games. Last 15. Last 5 for the season. Okay. Head to head. You can sort all this stuff. But anyways, what this is saying is, in the last 20 games, Colin Gillespie has been under 26.5, 17 of 20 games. Click on his player card. That's for his PRA. And you can see he's not been hitting the over. Now, 2 things make me actually like this. That's not true. The OG lines would be full rounded 1x multipliers. So that's incorrect, Strive. What you did is you took like a 0.89 and a 0.82 or something to get a 2.85. The 3.5 is locked in. That's their locked structured payout. It's a fixed. They call it fixed at 3.5x with original lines. Yep, correct. Mikey. Anyways, the matchup against. Oh, look at the label. Watch this. I forgot we had this in here. Click under, and you can see. Now you'll see his under hit rates. So, despite the increased opportunity, playing time, field goal attempts without Devin Booker, the problem for him is Jaylen Green and Grayson Allen are both back. And now the matchup is against Boston. Top 3 defense in the NBA. So Gillespie, a guy who, doesn't here's the other part of it. Remember I talked about those combo markets, and I want to usually see a guy who has, if I'm playing a combo market, I want to see that they have a really strong ceiling for each market individually. Like Gillespie points, okay, 30 points, 22, like he can climb the ladder. Rebounds, not really. At 4.5, he's got one outlier game of 8, a couple 6s. All right. Even the points, if I think about it, he climbed the ladder once. Take that 30 away, and Gillespie still only one other time really climbed the ladder a little bit there at 22. And then go look at assists. That's kind of his one ceiling. But again, it's not frequent. 10, 8, 8. But most of the time at 5.5, he hovers around that line. So instead of taking the under on his points or his rebounds or his assists, you have all 3 categories for a guy who doesn't really have like a consistent possible high upside ceiling for any given category, who's also losing opportunity to guys like Jaylen Green, a volume shooter, Grayson Allen, 20 field goal attempts last game also, and he continues to hit the under. And now he's playing against one of the best defenses in the NBA. As much as I like Jaylen Green under 20.5 points, Colin Gillespie under 26.5 points might be even better. Might be even better today. Yeah, here, let me just show him. 3.5x. Now it's trying to force in a boost of some sort. There you go, 3.5. Any original line on Underdog is a 3.5. Lock and load every single time. Now, as soon as you see this strive, see where it says 0.94 on the rebounds? Like if I chose that instead of that fixed one, well, now you're at a 3.9x for the standard structure. Make sense? So it's got to be two projections that are at their original line, and it will always be 3.5x now. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. So it can't be a multiplier. Yes, thank you. That's the term I need. It can't be a multiplier. Look, here's 2 multipliers. Now it's a 2.89. So no multis. I am intrigued. What if you do it would be higher, 3.67. Yeah. So, I mean, if the multi is over a 1, you'll get a higher than a 3.5x. Let's, like this, 3.6. See? We've got an original and a higher than 1. Whoops. Man, that Gillespie play, I actually really like that one. Let me screenshot that before I forget. Whew. Man, I covered a lot. I might not even be done. I've got so many things flowing through my mind. I have so many things flowing through my mind. Has this been a helpful video? Are you guys happy I'm back or what? I just dropped the website link right there in chat if you want to snag it. I'm telling you, it's worth. Of course, I think it's worth. Same time tomorrow. Whoa. Are we ready for that type of engagement? Are we sure about that? That's a lot. I think y'all would get a little bored of me at some point if all I did was do shows. Right? Especially for NBA, end of February. I feel like you get bored. How much can you actually watch? I think I'm more apt to do live shows for this stuff to research together over doing videos, you know? So like just get together, do some stuff, do some live shows, go from there. But my videos here soon. I've already been working on the formatting for NFL. I'm going to be doing some NFL videos, off-season work. I'm just so excited. NFL 365 days a year, man. I literally like I might do content, post picks and stuff for these other sports, the models, everything's going like 24/7. Yes. But like my mind, the things I'm reading, researching, I'm keeping pulse is like NBA. It's like all the time NBA. You know? I don't know about you. Am I alone on that? NFL 365. Exactly. Exactly. Sorry, I'm answering a couple DMs real quick. I don't know if you saw donuts. Do you like anyone for 3-pointers tonight? I hate that market. Yeah, exactly, Mikey. The 3-point market is awful. Awful. I'm intrigued about that. So it's spring training today, right? First day of spring training? Yeah, that's my site, Larry. Check it out, buddy. There's the link. It's in chat. I'm trying to remember. Did they do the computer strike zones last spring training as like a test? Didn't they? A third day. Wow. All right. Let me Google the umpire stuff. I've been so locked into NFL and stuff. Okay. They have a challenge system for strikes. 2 challenges per game. They retain it. Okay, so the standard. Okay, so umpires still have, massive impact. Okay, cool. I don't mind that. I mean, listen, you got to start somewhere. Move the freaking needle. It's 2026. You know, baseball thinks it's going to capture a foothold in the sports and entertainment industry, playing with 90% of the rules from 1918. Games need to be 90 minutes. I need to see more home runs. And all those strikes that we see on TV need to be called strikes in the game. You fix those 3 things, you give me 5+ home runs per game. You make the game 90 minutes, 2 hours on TV time, and make sure the calls are correct. Instead of watching some up call the same exact location, 2 different things and 2 straight pitches, like, good luck growing the game. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I love the sport. Grew up playing it. I watched every single Yankee game. I used to, we had the Yes Network. We used to watch every single game all year. Bad, good, didn't matter. I love baseball. Still love it. But man, it is tough to sit down. I know the games are what, 2 hours and 38-minute average or something now. Like, it's tough to sit down and just watch for a long time. Who has that much time? I don't mind, like, in the background, I'll have it just kind of like it's running in the background. You know, you can listen to it. But man, like, pitch, step out of the batter's box, adjust the gloves, get back in there. You got like what, 4 seconds to do so, 3-4 seconds to do so. Pitcher's got 15 seconds still to make his next pitch. It's still a long time. Meanwhile, it's like you're doing you're watching, 15 seconds. You've watched like 3 different reels. It's tough. The second inning. Okay, so I also am not a huge fan of throwing a guy on second, 10th inning, but I also loathe the times when it was, I want to watch the culmination of a game, but it's midnight. And the only reason why I'm still watching it in the bottom of the 14th is because I've watched the previous 5 hours. That's also a horrific experience. Let's be real. Like, that's a crummy experience as well. So maybe they got to start him on first. The second is too far, or you're advanced too far. You're already in scoring position. That's tough. That's tough. Oh, an underdog value just popped up. I hadn't looked down. My bad. I hope this is still there. I don't know how long it's been sitting there. What is it? Over 22.5. What? PR. There it is. Oh, we got one. Let's see if another pops up during the show here. If another pops up, we'll slap it in there, and then you'll have Donut makes gambling less risky. Oh, my back is killing me. I'll have to make some tutorials for the site. There's a lot of questions. I see them in chat all the time, too. A lot of questions. I'm happy to help. Oh my gosh, Zach, that's nuts. I was at a game at Busch that went 22 innings. We were there from 11 a.m. to 9:30. Did your team win? Who are you rooting for? And did they win? No, I don't have Bet365 on my API. I can ask my API provider if they'll add it. That's because of Bet365 itself, Larry. So sportsbooks, to an extent, have to be friendly, to companies to allow access to get their lines automatically fed. And without that very friendly access, it makes it really tough or expensive to acquire those things. And then to deep link them would be even more difficult. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. So I don't see it on my list, but maybe maybe it's under the European stuff. I don't know. Because I'm using their stateside API. Cardinals lost to the Mets. Oh, man. That is tough. Can you imagine how drunk people were? Says me, Mute. Oh, my gosh. A 22-inning game. That's absurd. That is absolutely absurd. Ugh. Okay, y'all. I'm tired. I'm realizing I haven't streamed in a month. You know, it has been 92 minutes. I'm tired. I've lost all trains of thought. I don't even remember what I wanted to accomplish here. Yo, there he is. What's up, bro? Changed your API. I believe it's messed up. It's why 0 sites have access to their odds. That sucks. Oh, another pop. Oh, sorry. Colin Murray Boyles under 8.5 points has been sitting there. Crap. Three 3.5x. Now here's the deal. Remember, these are the optimizers. It's a volume game, right? So I posted 2 earlier today. Here's 2 more plays. Oh, I posted 4 earlier today. 2 more here. Like if you're all day long just snagging value as it pops up, you're going to be in a pretty good position to profit. Okay? I would try my best not to be overexposed to any given player. Yeah, it's already there. You could actually do Hard Rock right now if you wanted to add it. There's one right now for Hard Rock. AJ Dibansa. Over 7.5 boards. I don't know if he plays for the Knights or Cougars. Plus 105. Fair odds minus 101. Look at the fliff. You never see fliff on the optimizer. I tell you. There's 2 plays for fliff. Both college. Look at that. Quadrille Copeland. One, he needs a 3. Just bang home 1, buddy. Cool. Wow, Fliff popping up with Donovan Clingan. Over 15.5 rebounds. Fliff is... We got some value on Fliff today? Wow. And he's been playing well against Minnesota. Is Gobert is back, isn't he? Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting. Jeremy Grant earlier at 3.5. Look at Novig. Still standing there. Holding a sign saying, play me. Get those likes up for all the free picks. Yeah, I mean, I've given away a ton today. I guess people would just keep watching if I just kept giving away picks, huh? Hit that like button for me, though. Thank you, Mikey. That was a huge guzzle of water. Trying to think, is there anything else we want to cover? Let's see. Trying to I covered the fair odds filter. Go full screen. Cover the fair odds filter. What else did I cover today? Did I talk about the EV percentages? I can't remember. Here's one. So, like, if I'm like, well, I never want to play anything lower than a 1. Wait. This is my first use of it. 0.1? Oh, something I got to tell my dev. I've never used it, but it looks like when I filter, it only filters for college. Okay. Noted. Again, this is why we're in the soft launch, just so any of these little things, you got to check them. Let me write that down. Let me just double check. Yeah, so as soon as I put... Oh, no, NBA's there now. Here, let's just remove NCAA. Anyway, sorry. I told you I get tired. Listen, I'm almost at 2 hours of live show. I'm just getting tired. My focus is just diminished. Struggling. Let's get 100 likes. We're not even at 100 yet. We've had people watching for almost 2 hours. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I'm too tired. I've lost all focus. But anyways, put the 1%. Now only 1.1% or higher will show up, okay? All right. I'm tired. I am tired. I got to be done. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. It was a fun day. Thank you so much for hanging out, letting me describe how this all works. I'm very, very, very excited. And I think it's going to be a really, really fun way for people to make money on their own, around the clock, not needing anybody, not waiting for anyone, just everything automated, including the projections. Those will be automated hopefully by Thursday. So 2 days. So within 2 days, just super pumped. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thanks for watching today. And I'll let you know what I plan on doing for the live shows. If I'm going to make them maybe like twice a week and then one video per week, which will be for NFL. I might do something like that. Anyways, take care, my friends. Love y'all. And let's get paid. Peace out. Have a good day.